Hey, good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Hey, this is Gregory Wiles coming live to you from Houston, Texas, with this inspirational morning walk. For first-time listeners, I just get some exercise in the mornings, and I share my thoughts with you guys, whatever I'm inspired to talk about that day. I will just share that with you. Yes, just today is a nice day here, a nice day. It's nice and cool right now because it's a little overcast, but it's good. I'll get some work in. But if you like what you're hearing, you can check me out on YouTube. We got lots of nice little things there. So you can always find something there that can bless you. Go on YouTube. Throughout the day, I would forward the link on my Facebook page. I would just forward the link to that YouTube. Or you can view this on Facebook also. So today, what I want to talk about, I know we talk about revenge. We talked about revenge a few days ago. And someone had sent me, I think it's on Monday, one of the groups I'm in. Good morning, Tessa. Good morning, cuz. Someone of the groups I'm in that sent me a little story here. I think the group is called Brothers in Christ. And someone had shared this story. And it just speaks directly to what what we were talking about revenge and all of that. So I'm going to read that story and we're going to talk about it, because this is exactly the point I'm trying to get home to people, what we're talking about, but, not fighting the fire with the fire, right? So I'm going to read this story and then we're going to talk about it because I like it so much. So I'm going to share it. I know some of you probably might see it circulating on the internet. I don't know. This is the first time I saw it, but it's really good and I like it, and I'm gonna share it with you guys right now. It's called Tie Back the Donkey. Tie Back the Donkey, right? And I can read that and then we're gonna talk about it a little bit, right? So the story goes, a donkey was tied to a tree. A demon came and released the donkey. The donkey entered the field of a farmer and began to eat everything. So this demon released this donkey. The donkey entered the field of a farmer and he began to eat everything. The farmer's wife saw the donkey and was afraid that he would destroy the farm. Took the rifle and killed him. So the farmer's wife saw the donkey and killed the donkey, right? The donkey's owner saw the dead donkey, got angry, and also took his rifle and fired at the woman, killing her. So there's a donkey and one person dead so far. When the farmer got home and saw his wife was dead, he killed the donkey's owner. So we got two human beings and this donkey dead. The donkey's owner's son see their dead father he burned the field. He burned the farmer's field. The farmer in retaliation killed him. How much people we got there so far? It's about 3 and a donkey. When they asked the demon what he had done, he said, I did nothing. I just released the donkey, right? The demon said, I did nothing. All I did was release the donkey, right? And the story went on to say, did you get it? The devil doesn't have the power to do much. But one simple thing he does triggers the evil intents of man's heart to harm one another. So let's think before seeking revenge. Be careful with your heart, because many times the only thing the devil does is release the donkey. So don't be fooled into fighting people. Do the simple thing with love. Tie back the donkey and the devil is disarmed, right, guys? And that's what the message I trying to get home to people. As in Second Corinthians 4:18 says, so we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. Paul's trying to warn us, right? So in this case here, it's saying, if they did only tie back the donkey, all these people would not have been dead, rather than trying to take revenge, right? If they'd only tie back the donkey, right? In our case right now, the person who tell the lie on you, the person who going to carry bad news to the boss to you, the person who going to cheat on you and all of that, right? That's the devil releasing the donkey right there. That's the devil releasing the donkey. But if you, like this farmer's wife, don't recognize who our real enemies are, not that person or not that donkey, right? And act and go, if you tie back the donkey by just coming against what is driving that person and not the person and trying to seek revenge on the person, we would save ourselves a lot of trouble. We'll save ourselves a lot of trouble. Good morning, Jillian, right? So that's why I like this little story here. I heard it in different ways, but I like it because it's bringing home the point, right? It's bringing home the point. And again, Ephesians 6:12, because when you go and try to get a revenge, like in the case of this farmer's wife here, right? You fight in, you break in Ephesians 6:12. You come against this law. And once you break in the law, the enemy got a right now to affect you, right? You're going to break the law of Ephesians 6:12, for we are not fighting against flesh and blood enemies, but against evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world. That's what we fight in. Against mighty powers in the dark world and against evil spirits in heavenly places. That's what our real fight is, right? That's what our real fight is. So I just want everyone, I know I said a lot on this for the people that listen to me often. I'm trying to get this point home. So I'm going to try it a different angle. Like this story, it might register more. If me reading this story, some people, it might connect more with them. But we got to understand, I know it's hard. Sometimes someone really gets you upset. You just want to go back and get some revenge. Right? It's hard sometimes, but you got to contain yourself. You got to contain yourself because you're going to make a simple situation blow up and get big and get bigger and bigger, and firing if it's on the job. Firing might come into place if it's just in the real world. Someone going to prison, someone going to jail, people dying if we don't recognize this, because that's all the enemy going to do. Release a donkey and sit back and say, I did nothing. You did all what you were going on by yourself. It's you humans doing all of that. All I do is release the donkey. I'm innocent. All I do is give you the little evil thought to go and tell the lie on the person. You allow me to influence you to tell the lie on that person. You allow me to go and cheat on the person. You allow me to do that person wrong. And then they step back because we're going to start fighting flesh now. And once we start fighting flesh and violate Ephesians 6:12, it's all over. It's all over right there, man. I tell you, I many times I practice this right now, like I said, but you got to stay focused, though. You got to stay focused because the enemy can always keep slimming in, always trying to get you to take the revenge, and you got to stay focused. And the thing is, where it's even harder is the people closest to you, where you really got to practice this real harder. Because for some reason, it's easy for you to do it with people who are not as close to you. But when it's close to you, it's even harder to practice this, right? But you got to remember that the fight is not against flesh and blood, even if it's somebody far away from you. That's not related to you or somebody close to you, because the struggle is most time the people close to you, your husband, wife, your child, something, some relative, how they can do this to me, that's, we grew up from cousins, or this, my husband, this, how they gonna do this to me, and you get carried away with that, right? You get carried away. So just be careful. I always remember, I tell y'all this story before, but people keep listening all the time, so I can tell the game. And I was on that plane going to Vegas. I think it was going on an anniversary trip, and this woman was right behind me. She's an educated woman. She's very educated. I think she got a master's degree, but she had this cursing demon on her. And she talked her story. I know how it come about. She was back in the 70s. She was in the military, and because I always have to have an open door, right? And women it didn't have that kind of equal deal in the army with women. So she always had to prove herself that she belonged, and she hang around with the men, and the men drinking and cursing, and she had to do extra to feel like she belonged, drinking and cursing with them, and just to show, hey, I fit in, no one is going to run over me, I'm hard just like you guys. Anyhow, and And that cursing demon got a hold of her. And every 2 words was effing and effing and effing. And she's loud too, right? So the whole plane, I was like, man, this is embarrassing. But then after the trip, I said, what are you complaining about? And then the Lord bring it back to me. You know what to do anyhow. And I get into prayer and I come against and I silence. And my prayer was to silence that cursing him for the rest of the trip. We had about 30 minutes more on the trip. And I silenced him for the rest of the trip. She was silent. She stopped cursing, right? She stopped cursing. But here are you going to prove now to know, well, after we went to baggage claim, our luggage took a little while to come because I think it was raining. And it took a good 30 minutes for us to get our luggage. I was far away from her. I was far away from her on the carousel to get our luggage. But she made her way all the way over to me. All the way over, slowly made her way all the way over to where my wife stand, tried to formulate a conversation, and then drop a couple of F-bombs, just to prove to me that you silenced me on the plane, but for the rest of the trip. But the trip is over right now, and I just want to show you that I'm back in control right now. She dropped a couple of F-bombs, and then she just went her way, right, guys? So that's what I'm telling you. We got to look and see what's pulling the strings. We can't get carried away with what we've seen in front of us, as 2 Corinthians 4:18 saying. 2 Corinthians 4:18. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is temporal. So I'll read the story again quickly for the people who just joined. And I just got this story, and I just like it, and I decided to share it to bring out the point that I'm trying to bring out all the time. It's called Tie Back the Donkey. So a donkey was tied to a tree. A demon came and released it. The donkey entered the field of a farmer and began to eat everything. The farmer's wife saw the donkey and was afraid that he would destroy the farm, took the rifle and killed him. The donkey's owner saw the dead donkey, got angry, and also took his rifle and fired at the woman, killing her. When the farmer got home and saw his wife was dead, he killed the donkey's owner. The donkey owner's son seeing their dead father burn the farmer's field. The farmer, in retaliation, killed him. When they asked the demon what he had done, he said, I did nothing. I just released the donkey. And the story went on to say, did you get it? The devil doesn't have power to do much, but one simple thing he does triggers the evil intent of men's heart to harm one another. So let's think before seeking revenge. Be careful with your heart, because many times the only thing the devil does is release the donkey. So don't be fooled into fighting people. Do the simple thing with love. Tie back the donkey and the devil is disarmed. Right, guys? I'm going to leave that there. So when the person come up against you today, lying, cheating, stealing, whatever it is, you tie back the donkey by coming against whatever traits you see in them. If they're lying, come against the lying spirit. If they're stealing, that's stealing. If they're getting angry, if they're selfish, if they whatever you come against, whatever traits you calling them. If you say this person always lying, you know we're dealing with. If this person always angry, you know you're dealing with anger. This person always causing confusion, you know you're dealing with the spirit of confusion. Whatever traits, because the traits are so pronounced, you come against that. That is the spirit that's leading them. And you come against and pray against that spirit, not the person, guys, right? So I'm going to leave that there, guys. Have a great, great Wednesday, and we'll talk again on Friday. Okay, bye.